Coach says, wrestling Twitter is hilarious. They take 2 sentences, then run with it, and it mushrooms out of control. All I said is my sources told me that Vince is looking to reinvest his money. Clearly, that is accurate. Also, I asked if WWE came available, that be something he would be interested in. I was told yes. At no point have I ever said Vince is buying WWE, nor did I ever say TKO wants to sell. If you listen to the whole pod, I said if things went bad for the next 3 to 5 years and Vince put everything behind him, that it's possible he would want to buy it back. Okay, well, that's fair enough then, if that's what Coach said. I'll take his word for that. But yeah, he launched this company. He's not trying to buy back WWE. Saturday night's main event did big numbers this past Saturday, pulling in their strongest ratings since the series returned last December. So 1.9 million viewers, 32% from their last show, 0.5. The number showed is number 2 for night in the blah, 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 and the NBA playoff game is on. So there you go. Place number 4. They got a nice little bump there. Shout out SNME. It was a pretty good show. Glorified house show. The ending was very impactful, you know? So I tweeted this and had sickos just melt down, and I had time that day. I was like, oh, I'm going to go on Twitter and just argue with everyone. Yeah, AEW versus NXT outdrew AAA rather versus NXT outdrew Double or Nothing. So basically Worlds Collide sold more tickets than Double or Nothing. And then people were like, it's in LA, dumbass. Double or Nothing's in Arizona. And I'm like, okay, so let me just ask you then, if SummerSlam, because Double or Nothing is either the WrestleMania or SummerSlam of AEW. I say All In is the WrestleMania of AEW. I think it surpassed Double or Nothing a while ago. Double or Nothing's got to be at least the SummerSlam level event for AEW. If SummerSlam was in Arizona and AEW versus CMLL versus ROH was in LA, what show would draw more? There you go, dumb fucks. Just destroyed your whole, well, it was in Arizona. It was you're missing the point. The point is that if AEW is a challenger brand, then their SummerSlam level show should do at least, I don't know, Raw level ticket sales. At least, right? Backlash level ticket sales, to say the least. So that's the point that it is, right? So just ask yourself, if SummerSlam went to Arizona, would it sell more than AEW versus ROH versus CMLL? Yes, it would. And people are saying, oh, but Arena Mexico. Well, Arena Mexico sells out all the time. And we put it over on the show. AEW beat WWE to the punch there. Why? Why did they beat them to the punch? Because instead of a partnership, WWE was buying a whole wrestling company. And as I explained on the show, it's not about being first all the time. UFC wasn't the first on NBC to have fights. They weren't the first to do a lot of they weren't the first in Paris or New York, but they're the ones who got it legalized there, and they're the ones who put on the biggest and best shows and hold the record gates there. They announced Arena Mexico, AAA WWE show. It would sell out in minutes, sell out in moments, okay? And you're going to start to see that. The cheat code for WWE with the AAA stuff is they're drawing already, but WWE, like Mexico wants TV there so bad, they want Raws in there. The cheat code is, okay, we just really got to market this AAA to America. We already have NXT and YouTube and all that where we can do it. I mean, it's all right there. So this show shouldn't be outdrawing Double or Nothing. I'm sorry. And if you are like, oh, it doesn't matter, whatever. Like, I don't know. I just want to see WWF versus WCW again. I want to see AEW do good. I know you sickos don't, but I really, really do. And yeah, that just got a lot of people mad at me. So NXT got 650K viewers, beating out Dynamite that had 636, I guess. So good for them. Very close, neck and neck there. And I posted this again. So at Money in the Bank, there will be an announcement, probably in regards to AAA. I don't know what it is. No dirt sheets are talking about that. Phil Marks, the premier dirt sheet in the IWC, has said that a long time ago. I get like 10 likes, 20 measly likes on this. I even liked and retweeted my own shit. So I'm trying to get people. I'm telling y'all, WWE are planning another AAA focused crossover show. Okay, so this is fucking, I don't know, are we breaking news? I'm not a dirt sheet, but like this one's already considered a huge success. Visas, so work visas, kept some bigger lucha names off of this Worlds Collide show that they were trying to use, but they should all be on the next one. And so just be ready for that. And you heard it here first. When the sheets are like, oh, we have word that inside sources say, then none of them said it. None of them know about any of this stuff. So Mark Henry is hoping WWE gets the Wyatt Sicks right this time around. And I agree with him, man. So on SmackDown, again, what did the Wyatt Sicks do? After Everyone's like, oh, they're whatever. They just came out and did the same shit. Nikki Cross jumped on fucking Candice LeRae. They brawled out all the tag teams, right? The same exact thing the week later. They did the same thing. So I don't know, man. I think that honest to God, we need to keep an eye on this. Like, I'm not letting Triple H and HBK slide with this fucking mediocre booking of some of these dudes, because fucking we're in an ebb here. We're in an ebbs here, right? Where we're fucking building up again. Like, if we don't ramp up correctly before SummerSlam, you chill, you coast until Money in the Bank. I'll give them that. But I'm keeping an eye here. Like, it's all good. I told you guys I enjoyed SmackDown. It was what it was. This didn't ruin the whole show. And obviously they're getting over the fact that there's going to be like an 8-man tag or a 10-man tag mixed or something, fucking something down. I don't know. Or again, like the Wyatt Sicks break into two teams of two themselves and fucking like, I just don't really know what they're doing. It'll probably just be like Uncle Howdy in the corner, or like them 4 against DIY and then 2 other dudes with Candice or something. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter. But you can coast till Money in the Bank. After Money in the Bank going to SummerSlam, you got to ramp that shit up again, daddy. And I'm keeping a fucking eye on you, Hunter and Hickenbottom. Okay? I'm keeping a fucking eye on you guys. Start pulling a fucking Dana White on us over here. So Raj Giri says, by the way, these numbers don't include the Peacock simulcast, but there you go. So yeah, Metro Boomin, it was announced. Triple H said it straight up. He's gonna work on some beats for them. So good shit, pal. This match was made official, and people are melting down about Karrion Kross. I want to read you guys something that I was sent. I got a message saying, apparently Kross and WWE have agreed to terms. Don't know if that means he's officially signed, but it's looking really good. And again, remember how Drew McIntyre kept getting fucked over, and now he's bigger than the title. Drew's at a point where if you give him the title, it almost like diminishes what you're doing with him, you know? Like LA Knight, you slap the title on him, it kind of just like holds him back, because then he has to be in #1 contender shit with Andrade, when really it's just, well, LA Knight, he's just give him the Money in the Bank too, like him or Kross, you know? But Kross doesn't even get a qualifier. So Punk, AJ, and El Grande Americano, though, this is like a goated Money in the Bank qualifier match. This is crazy. These 3 names. Like, holy shit, in a triple threat to qualify for the Money in the Bank. But at the same token, man, if the Money in the Bank is just a thing, see, Money in the Bank can be used to get people who like need to be put back in the mix, or to get people who weren't in the mix, or to take someone out of the mix for a bit so that you can put them back in the mix. The problem is that if this whole fucking Money in the Bank thing is just to get Punk and Rollins in the Money in the Bank match together, I don't know, bro. I'm going to fucking probably boo-boo all over that. I'm just letting you guys know. Like, it's already fucking dumb that Seth is in the Money in the Bank to begin with. Hey, I did all of this shit and backstabbed everyone and beat Roman, who realistically is like the #1 contender of the universe. You know, you beat Roman, you challenge for any title in this galaxy, pretty much. And I fucking fucked him over and did all this shit and beat Punk and blah, blah, blah. This triple threat match, I won against Punk and Roman, just so I could maybe get in the Money in the Bank through a qualifier, then maybe win the Money in the Bank, and then cash in and maybe win the title if I don't fuck up. Like, that's pretty fucking dumb for him to get Breaker and Bronson and do all that, and then you beat Punk and Roman at Mania, and you have to do all this still to get to what? The title? What the fuck? I'm sorry, but nah, booking, I'm telling you, people aren't off base when they're like, yo, this shit is not on point. When they do the whole doom and gloom, it's just but we got the whole Seth shit is whack. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I like the alliance. I like him with Heyman. I like him with Breaker. I like him with Bronson and shit. I like the visual. I like what they're doing. But just if you're following the story of it, it is shit. It is like, what's going on here, man? You had fucking everything was cooking up until Mania. And then, like, on SmackDown, you have Cody Rhodes bringing up, and the final boss deal isn't off the table. No one wants that. Oh, I could still sell my soul. Oh, could you? Could you really?
Shut up, bitch!
No one wants that. We're all over that, bro. So I don't know. I think WWE needs to hire me as a writer. I'll turn this whole ship around. We'll do even better bit. We'll do 30% more. No, I'm excited for this match though. Like as a mark, I'm like, holy shit, what kind of fucking craziness is this? So, and I'm cool, man. I'm cool with the big names and the money in the bank, but it just seems like we're really doing all this just to get to more Punk Rollins drama over the briefcase. Then what, are they gonna fight over the briefcase in a match? If I win, I get your briefcase in Chicago. You know, like, is that what you guys are going to really do? You know, it's going to be some shit like that. I'm telling you. And I don't want that at all. Could just put it on fucking Cross or LA Knight or one of these dudes. Wade Barrett forgot his mic as Jey Uso was yeeting. And man, this crowd went crazy.
Man, you got to see that view behind us. Look at this shit.
Look at this shit. And then he gets told we're on air. You can see him. He's like, oh, fuck. Yeah, listen to that again.
See that view behind us. Look at this shit.
Yeah, it's okay. You guys are allowed like 2 or 3. What is it, 2 or 3? So Dr. Chris Featherstone was like, I was given word from a source close to the situation that Vince McMahon is interested in buying back WWE. I received more details, but we will see how this develops. I think like Sean Ross Sapp is beefing with this guy too. I should get him on the show for fuck's sakes. I'm going to DM him tomorrow. Because we were talking before, and yeah, I would love to just ask him about all these things he's getting wrong, and then and then say, "What's your beef with Sapp?" or like, "What's going on there?" A longtime company employee believed that if WWE does run WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, and this is per Fightful, it will be later in a year and be called along the lines of Super WrestleMania, Brian. I was like, "Yo, who named the shit Dave? Well, Super Wrestlers, Dave Meltzer." Oh, it's a Super WrestleMania. What the fuck, man? Here is happy birthday to Montez Ford. He turned 35.
Happy birthday to you. Oh. Happy birthday to you.
Dude's 2 years older than me, abbed up way nicelier, dude. I wish. That's some good fucking genetics right there.
Old status. Happy birthday, dear kid. Casey.
Test. Y'all know he an unk, right?
And then Dawkins. Oh, I didn't see that part. Oh shit, y'all know he an unk. Dawkins is there. Of course he is. What are they drinking? That's what interests me. Okay, we have Coca-Cola, not diet. We have a Miller Lite. I see some red wine. What is that? Is that a... Looks like a Cab Sav or something. I can't. And then you have a... That's a Bullet Bourbon bottle right there.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. May God bless you. May God.
Happy birthday, motherfucker. Current tag champ. And hopefully Metro Boomin jumps on that remix. So Steph Vaquer, it's officially announced by Adam Pearce and his puppy that Steph Vaquer is on the Raw roster. So yeah, fast track. Again, Phil don't miss. Julia was fast track. Steph was fast track. Jordan, now, I think she could stay in NXT for a while, but if these dirt sheets were all right about what brands everyone ended up on thus far, and apparently Ricky Saints is getting called up really quick. Again, him and Ethan Page, I said, yeah, you fast track them too. Ethan Page seems like he's spending more time down there, but he's been on SmackDown like 2 or 3 times now. So I think Saints is going to come up. Page will drop that title, and then he'll be up as well, like right after. But I would probably suspect they're on different brands. Maybe. I don't know. I could almost see them like forming some sort of an alliance on a brand together with someone else. You know, maybe when Cody Rhodes turns heel eventually.
All right, everybody. It is your Raw GM Adam Pearce with a bit of breaking news on a Friday. After a lengthy negotiation, I am proud to announce the newest member of the Monday Night Raw roster, Stephanie Vaquer, and she will be live in Tulsa this Monday in Money in the Bank qualifying action against Ivy Nile and Liv Morgan. She's jumping headlong into things. Stephanie, we are beyond elated to have you on Raw and excited for your future.
Put the money in the bank on her. Is that what he just said? She's going to be in a money. Yeah. We'll face Liv. Yeah. And a money in the bank qualifier. Yeah. And then Liv tag champ. But I get a money in the bank shot. Anyways, yeah, Steph, she should just win Money in the Bank, her first go, and hang on to that briefcase for a bit and then fucking take off with it. So the AAA Vikingo Alberto, okay, we'll get back to that. AEW's Ricochet reacts to fans' frustration surrounding the booking of Carmelo Hayes. And this isn't a fan, Victor Taylor Perry. Like, listen to what he says. Last night's loss was frustrating enough that I turned the show off and went straight to bed. I still don't have the exact words, but I do know this. Carmelo Hayes deserves more than what he's being given over the past year. He's proven he can elevate anything he's handed with a mix of humility and undeniable confidence. Yet somehow it feels like we haven't moved forward since last year's draft. I'll stay patient, but at some point, something has to give. Okay, what do you want from him? So you want him to be the world champion. Is that it? He's on SmackDown every week for the last year. He's going to feud Miz eventually. Maybe him and Trick get paired up again, and then they can really start cooking like they were. I don't know why people don't understand, like, okay, if Shinsuke's never the world champ, that's not a big deal, and he's one of my favorite wrestlers. It's not a big deal if he doesn't ever become world champ and shit. Like, I don't understand, man. If Hayes is this good, then he'll continue to be this good. But this guy goes, I'll stay patient, but at some point something has to give. You'll stay patient, but you fucking turned the show off and went to bed because he lost. Do you think Hayes is happy that you turn off all of SmackDown? How do you know he didn't have a run-in later where he completely redeemed himself or something? It's just like, no, you're just virtue signaling. You're just fucking feigning outrage, I guess. Not virtue signaling. Maybe it's a bit of that, but it's just feigning outrage. And then Ricochet's like, he works for WWE. That's the prize. That's the reward. Shouldn't that be enough? He works for the biggest promotion in the world. They make the most money and get the most views. That should be enough. What does he want? More? Sounds selfish to me. Well, we're not talking about what Carmelo wants, bro. He just won the Andre Memorial Battle Royal. He has the big Dre chain. Miz is behind him. Like, Miz is a huge name in the industry. He's eventually going to kick Miz's ass. Sounds selfish to me. I know Ricochet's trolling, but it's like a bunch of these dumb fucking idiots who can't think for themselves. You're going to parrot this shit, Ricochet. And then when you confront Ricochet in person, he just goes, well, it's a work. And it's like, well, I hope you know Carmelo. Like, I hope you call him on the phone. Like, how do you know? They weren't even talking about what he wants. We don't know what Carmelo wants. Like, maybe Carmelo is like, I just want to have a long career and travel the world. I just want a shot. I don't know. I don't care. I don't want to be world champ. I don't give or like, yeah, I want to try and be world champ, but like, we don't know what he wants, bro. Like, that's the fucking thing. So it's just, again, feigning outrage. And I just don't know what people expect of Carmelo. He's been on the roster like a year. People just want it all right now, man. Like, think about how long Stone Cold had to fucking grind his way through WCW and WWF and ECW even to fucking, I mean, he was only there for a little bit, but all over the world, man. And like all over America, Austin had to grind for like years before he got his shot, you know? And you're in like a really bloated company and it's like, what do you think will happen? He'll go to where? TNA and fucking be a world champ? Maybe, man. Where will he go? AEW and then what? Not be world champ either? Like, Ricochet, you're not going to be world champ either in AEW. So what's the prize going over there? Oh, you get to wrestle matches and have fun and make money. Okay, that's what Carmelo's doing as well. So what's the difference? Just because you get to win all your matches now because Tony has a boner for you, whereas before you lost all your matches. Meanwhile, Melo is like, he's won so much shit. He wins all the time. It's one of like the top NXT guys in the history of NXT. If you really break down like who are the GOATs of NXT, he's up there in that fucking conversation. And then on the main roster, he wins enough as well. Like, he's in the conversation, won the Dre, you know what I mean? So it's like, what's the difference, Ricochet, that he's wrestling on this show and not that show? Like, it's the exact same thing. Or are you guys talking about title belts? Okay, well, you're going to be TNT champ, Ricochet. That's the fucking furthest you'll get. So who cares? You know, where's he going to go and get featured on TV more? That is the prize because you're trying to fucking be him, right? You can't be him in the KHL. You know what I mean? You can in the KHL, but like in hockey as a whole, Connor fucking McDavid. Okay, yes, I'm on that hockey tip lately. If you guys can't tell, we're in the finals again. We're really going to kick Florida's ass this year. But anyways, Melo wants to be him in the top fucking place where you become him. You know, so Cathy Kelley will appear in the movie called Karate Ghost, which recently entered production. From director James Mark, this martial arts comedy will follow a lonely teen who forms an unlikely bond with the ghost of his late father's favorite action hero. And it's called Karate Ghost. It's kind of like Time Cop, but Karate Ghost. I think that this sounds like a terrible piece of shit. It sounds like one of those movies that nobody heard of or like you saw once when you were a kid, but you didn't know what it was called. And then all of a sudden it's on Disney Plus one day when you're scrolling and you're like, oh shit, you know, it's on like fucking Plex or one of these like free streamer apps. And you're like, oh shit, that movie. Hopefully everyone tunes into Karate Ghost. So WWE Hall of Fame hopefuls Demolition, Axe, and Smash have secured a significant 6-year Legends contract with WWE, which includes plans for new appearances in a wide range of merchandise, video games, Conan in the next video game. Edie explained that the deal encompasses action figures not only for Demolition, but various other iconic wrestling personas, including Masked Superstar, Crusher Khrushchev, dude, Repo Man, The Machines. He also mentioned the potential for DVDs and other project DVDs.
Are you sure about that?
I love it. Shout them out. Round of applause for them. I'm going to check in with chat, then we're going to get into our big breaking stories here.